And then Ronaldo! Balotelli, Aguero! It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. Here's Messi. Away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
The Football Drop Podcast.
And welcome to the Football Drop Podcast.
We're back.
We've
again.
dropped it. We've dropped it.
We've dropped it with better quality recordings.
Yeah.
Buzzing.
Right.
Yeah, how are you?
Under a bed.
Yeah, I was going to say this is very different.
Bit
So,
different,
are you in little boy's room? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep. Under his bed at his desk. Because downstairs is just too busy at the minute. And I thought, do you know what? Where's a good place to go and hide?
Are you just checking your beard line out then in the camera?
All right. I noticed that there was a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. Are we just making a habit now of either of us doing weird things while we're on a podcast?
Do you remember? Do you remember last week when you asked me a question and then got bored and was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not even ashamed.
no, I've not had one apology.
No. You're never going to get one either, mate, to be totally honest with you. No,
How's life,
absolutely.
mate? What going?
Yeah, it's all good, mate. Been busy this weekend, decorating. Maisie's room is like 90% of the way there now. Just waiting for the carpets to be fitted, whenever that may be. And then final touch-up of paint. And then, believe it or not, the house is done.
Really?
Which is mad. I mean, we need a new kitchen, but I can't afford a new kitchen. So the house is done after Maisie's room.
Nice. That's cool, man. Wait, so just go back a bit. You said we're going to get the carpets laid whenever that may be.
Yes.
I feel like there's more of a story there that we need to dive into.
Well, I've been waiting quite a while. We've got a carpet fitter. I've already purchased the carpet. It's sitting in the carpet shop waiting to be collected.
Right.
And the carpet fitter said last week it'll be early this week. So we asked, what is early? Is that Monday? Is that Tuesday? Because, it's still early parts of the week. We've had no reply.
Right.
So it's slightly difficult to be able to arrange things.
Mm.
What are you doing now? Why are you chattering your teeth and like grinning your teeth at the camera?
Oh, because I've got questions to ask, but I'll just let you crack on.
What's that all about? I thought I'd take my teeth.
It was my. Don't say anything just yet. Wait.
So yeah, this has been going on a couple of weeks now. Just waiting to get a set date for when we can get the carpet fitted. We still haven't heard back of when we're getting the hallway flooring and getting a quote for that. I'm still waiting on, and the front room carpet still waiting on that from the same person.
So he's carpeting up. I assumed it was a he. They are.
Yes, it is a he.
Upstairs, and you're waiting for a quote downstairs.
Yeah, so we're getting the stairwell and the top landing as carpet, and then Maisie's room is a different colour carpet. And then downstairs in the hallway entrance, we're doing hard flooring.
Ah, cute. You're copying me.
Oh, yeah, you've got hard flooring, haven't you? Well, have you laid it yet? No, it's in the same position as me. So, yeah, so I'm not copying you. But that's fine.
I've ordered it. The flooring is downstairs, just waiting for me to lay it.
Oh. We should lay it then. We just like to
should.
copy each other, don't we? That's what we do. You're an inspiration. You're a hero of mine.
Same, man. Same. You're my MVP.
You're my MWP. Always.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. How are you? How's your weekend?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Did you watch football?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very disappointed.
Go on. Let's do it. Let's dive into the world of Euro 2024. The final between England and Spain.
I think it needs to be said, and we need to put it out there early doors. England had no business being in that final. We've not had a good tournament. We've been lucky and we've rode our luck a lot. We've had some clutch moments, which is great. We've had big moments, which is, don't get me wrong, is great to have. But I think performance-wise, we've not been at that level. The better team definitely won on the night, but we didn't have any business being there. It's like when Tottenham tried to mount the title challenge back in 2016 and Leicester won, and then Arsenal came second, and Tottenham came third in a 2-horse race somehow. Like it's like, how did it get there? No one knows. Champions League final, I think it was you that said. How did Tottenham get there? Nobody knows. You know they're not going to do it, but nobody knows how they're there. That was England in Euro 2024 for me.
Yeah, I think I've summed it up a couple of times. Supporting England must be what it's like to support Tottenham. I feel for me, the final was probably the Spain-Germany game. I think that would have made a really good final.
Yeah,
but out of the sides, so the draw sides to get to the final, Spain were definitely the better team of that side, and England were probably the better team of the other side. We beat Switzerland. It took a little bit longer than we'd have liked. We did do well against the Netherlands. We came into a little bit of form. I think the game for me was won because of just Spain's skill and a ability to kind of press and really quickly, and England couldn't close down.
We had the same issue though that we've had a lot of the games, is Kane's not offering enough up top.
Well, the trouble is we reverted to 4 at the back.
Why?
So we smashed it against the Netherlands with 3, and you went, we played really well in that game. Let's revert back to form, because we got Shaw now, who's left-footed, so we'll be great now. And it's like, well, no, that ain't gonna quite cut the mustard, is it? Because, but what he did do was he changed Bellingham with Foden, so we had a great number 10 in Foden, but we had Bellingham who was out there on the left. Like, how do I play here?
He genuinely looked like a fish out of water. He did not know what he was doing. He didn't know the position. And, people have been kind of slating Bellingham this tournament. I think it's a little unfair. He's come up in good moments. I think he's played as well as he can, given positional changes and the fact that Foden's taken his role and he's taken Foden's role.
Yeah,
it's almost impossible. Yeah,
like the game, he was very frustrated, and he was very quiet. Like, it wasn't the belly. I mean, he had a few great moments that the shot that he had that came quite close to going in was obviously a good opportunity for him. But that was pretty much it. He was very quiet for most of the game. And I think for me, from what I saw, was you had Bellingham out there who didn't really know what to do, and then you had Saka, who I think had the better of Cucurella, especially in that first half. But going back to your point, I think Saka could have done him over and over again. But when he's swinging the ball in, who's he aiming at? Because Harry Kane isn't there. Foden is trying to be there, but he's not naturally. He's naturally going to get into those positions, but not as well as if we started with Tony or we started with Watkins. Probably more Tony. He's going to try and get on the end of some of those balls, and that's where I think we was kind of lacking up front. I think Kyle Walker didn't have his best game, but he was good throughout the tournament. His misplaced passes was slightly frustrating. I think Shaw done quite well. John Stones in the final he's been great all.
He was fantastic, wasn't he?
The final was unreal. Declan Rice and Mainu both did well, but I think Sel summed it up for me, because she was like, "Are Spain cheating?" And I was like, "Oh, what?" She said, "Well, because they just seem to be passing it around like much better. England just can't get on the ball. I think they're cheating."
Yeah, cheat mode activated.
Yeah, it was a bit like, no, I don't think they're cheating. I think they're just playing football really well.
Yeah, they're just better than us.
Yeah, it's fundamentally what's happened.
I think you've summed it up quite nicely. I think throughout the tournament we've had good moments, we've had rubbish moments. Players have just lacked that cutting edge, I think, for me. Kane didn't look sharp. And I don't think it's entirely Kane's fault. I think the system doesn't necessarily work for him. Because if you think back to some of his better seasons at Spurs, Kane has Son running off him constantly. And Mora, when he had that really good season or second half of the season and things like that, Kane has people running off him as well. So he plays that. He's basically a 9.5, isn't he? He's not a 9, he's not a 10. He plays that in-between conduit of both, which makes sense. So if he's got someone running off, and England don't have those people running in, there's no natural, like a Frank Lampard to run in or Steven Gerrard to run in and tap the ball in. Not making a comparison to them, obviously, but that type of runner is kind of what we're lacking.
Yeah, I agree, but then I think that comes to the point that I was going to kind of make is so Harry Kane fits in a system exactly as you just said, but does Harry Kane fit in this England team? I think it goes back to some of the things that I've heard from some of the podcasts that I listen to. People ask the question, earlier on in the season, are Tottenham a better team without Harry Kane? And I think you could say that they are a better team without Harry Kane in the sense that Son can go and do that number 9 role. They can play it around him, getting the ball in the box, letting him run, do what they need to do. With Kane, they needed those runners. And we've got the quality there. I mean, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Agbonlahor was picking like a comparison team between like Beckham, Gerrard, Scholes against this England team. And the majority of the team that he was picking was the Beckham, the Gerrard, the Scholes, the Lampards over a lot of this English team. Actually, I think he chose Saka over Beckham, which was people were a bit like in uproar about. But the point to make is how many finals did David Beckham get to? How many semi-finals did David Beckham get to?
Exactly.
So I think you can compare, and that England team with those likes of players was an unreal English team. But they didn't win anything. They didn't do anything very special. In fact, they were complete and utter letdown. This England team got us 2 finals. Like there were 6 players from the last final in this team. And you've got the likes of Jude Bellingham, who you can put anywhere on the pitch and he's going to do a fucking good job, except for maybe left wing, because why would you do that? But do you need to withdraw Harry Kane from that team to make it a better team?
Yeah, potentially. And I think bringing Watkins on made an instant impact. And then 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, we got a goal.
I actually thought that was the wrong substitution, interestingly. I thought he would have been
really?
I thought it'd be better bringing Tony on, purely for the fact, and I'm not, I'm no Gareth Southgate, but I think if
you
Saka
like
is...
him, actually.
Thank you. But Saka's running down that wing, and he's trying to swing it in. The man that you want is Ivan Toney to try and head that ball in. I mean, the man you want is probably Harry Kane in the box, but for some reason he only had 1 touch in the last 2 finals in the box. But it's just mental. So I think so. I think there was a stat that Jack Grealish has had more touches in the opposition's box in the last 2 Euro finals, and he didn't even go to this.
Wow.
So
yeah, I think we definitely lacked it. That's interesting, that Tony point, because I'm sure we spoke about it last week's episode, a week before, is Kane and Tony should be playing up front.
Well, yeah, I think that as well.
Or Kane and Watkins even. You need Kane, we're not saying Kane's the wrong person, but you need to play to his strengths. Like, he's world class in his talent and his ability. Utilise that. Same with Foden, same with Bellingham. Play a system that works for these players. We're building a team around them. They're our future. Build a bloody team that's going to utilise their strengths then.
Or play your players in their position. Don't play Bellingham out of position. Don't play Foden out of position when you've got Gordon or you've got Eze who can come in and smash it out there on that wing. Mainu was top quality. Don't get me wrong, but should Bellingham have been in that position with Foden in the 10 or Harry Kane in that kind of 10 role with Tony and drop Foden? I mean, it's mental, isn't it? You're talking about the greatest player in the English Premier League last season being dropped, or you're talking about the greatest player in the Bundesliga last season being dropped, or you've got the greatest player in La Liga last season being dropped. Like, it's unreal. It's the same sort of problem of we've got Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard. Like, who do we play? That was a common issue. Have we got too much quality? And do we now? So looking to the future, do we now need somebody who's an attacking minded manager to work on this attack problem that we could have? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so, because I think, I just want to kind of skirt around that before I go back to it, is the attacking coach side. Yeah, for me, I think we do need someone who's a little bit more on the front foot, because defensively, we were quite worried before this tournament. You and I both said, I think that's where we're going to lose things here. We've been insane defensively.
Mark Gay,
he's been incredible, isn't he?
Considering what we were saying, like, he's our weak link. Like, when he missed the game, you're like, oh my God, like, Conser did fantastic coming in, but we was like, oh my God, what are we going to do about Gay? And you think 3 weeks before, we were like, oh my God, we've only got Gay and Stones. What are we going to do?
Yeah. The only thing with Gay is that one mistake, shall we say, was that goal.
Yeah.
Didn't track him for the goal.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't track enough for me. But it's late on in the game. Your legs are going. But it's that critical moment. But other than that, I think he had a very good tournament. Defensively, I think we played well. Trippier, I think, did, for a player that's playing, out of position, so to speak, I think he did very well. But Shaw coming in is just prime Roberto Carlos, isn't he, in finals? Doesn't put a foot wrong.
No, he was very good. I think I don't want to criticise Gareth Southgate, nor do I want to say that he should or needs to lose his job at all. I think he did make some really good changes. He was quite brave, bringing Harry Kane off, bringing your main man,
bold,
bringing him off that early as well, because he was criticised for his late substitutions, but he done that quite early. Bringing Cole Palmer on, I think he was going to bring Trippier on, and then kind of changed his mind. And is that brave, or what was what was he doing?
From my side, I think it's brave, because he's going against the grain of you're taking off an attacker to put a defender on. He's like, no, I'm going to put an attacker on for an attacker, and that paid dividends. What a finish!
Yeah, I mean,
what a
Palmer's
finish!
Goal was top quality. And we'll have to talk about Spain and how good they were, individually.
We don't.
I think we do, because Rodri was injured at halftime, or whatever happened to Rodri, and he came off.
I was very excited, wasn't I, about that?
And we were all like, yeah, great. The world's best centre half has just been taken off, and 90 seconds later they score. It's like, what?
Well, they just came all guns blazing in that second half. It was just, okay, look, we finished doing our rondo drills now, lads. Let's play. We're in a game now.
Let's ticky-tack.
45-minute game.
Let's just knock these boys off their perch. They were unreal going forward. I mean, Yamal, 16 years old, playing like that in the final.
Nico Williams, rapid.
Unbelievable. Even Olmo, he was just top draw.
Did you notice with Olmo, he's got a really long neck?
Yeah. He didn't look a lot like Elmo. He was an interesting looking character, but top quality. I mean, Morata, unbelievable. Where does he come from?
Juventus, Real Madrid, and Atletico.
Yeah, exactly. All the shit team.
Constantly.
Yeah. But I mean, they were unbelievable. That Ruiz is something else, mate. He took me by surprise at how good he was.
Yeah, Spain had a really good tournament. They've won all 7 games in normal time. None of this added time and penalty rubbish. And it's scary that they had quite a young team generally. Yes, they had some oldies and some experienced guys in there, Morata, Carvajal, Nacho, etc. But they've had a lot of young players in that team that were just doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
So they'll all be together for the World Cup. They'll all be together probably for the next Euros as well. And a bulk of that team will be there for the next World Cup.
Yeah,
They came out of nowhere. We didn't really rate their chances too much. We said it's France, didn't we? Really, or Germany because it's on home soil. And then Spain just went as they do.
yeah, they were very much under the radar, weren't they? And like you say, I think that will be really interesting to see how they progress. Because if you think of Pedri, how good he was and how much he's actually regressed because of the amount of games that he's played. Yamal and Nico Williams, they're going to be playing so many games now. Is it going to be a similar sort of thing for them where they're overplayed and then that becomes a bit of a problem? I hope not. I think they'll probably learn their lesson from what's happened. But yeah,
we can only hope so if they play England again.
Well, if you think about it though, so what do you think? So I know Gareth Southgate heavily tipped to resign. You know, I don't think anything's been announced just yet. I haven't seen anything. I don't know if you have. But
no, I haven't.
I know England want to keep him. What do you make of that?
I don't know, because I think I'm really torn here because as much as we've given Southgate a bit of a beating at times, you've been quite a big supporter of him, to be fair. He's done a very, very, very good job and his stats are incredible.
Yeah.
He does what he needs to do and he plays tournament football. You can't keep playing this all-out attack football, which we know, because it's not club football. You don't have the next week to go, okay, look, we fucked up against Fulham here and lost 2-1. So they hit us on the break twice. Let's go again against Bournemouth and see what we can do. Like, you don't have that opportunity in the World Cup and in the Euros. And I think from what he's done and how brave he was with the squad decision and squad choice and what's actually available and who would want the job.
Yeah.
For me, it's probably going to just be Southgate still. Unless you're going to get Graham Potter, but he's not exactly an attack-minded coach. It's just Southgate again, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Of do you go for somebody? You know, we normally want an English manager. Who out there is good enough? You know, you could look at Eddie Howe, maybe. You could look at.
See, I think we've always said Eddie Howe. He's a bit of a favourite of ours, isn't he? But why would you leave Newcastle right now?
To manage England, I think you would. If it was me and I'm doing really well with Newcastle and England come knocking, I'm managing my country over Newcastle. Personally, like I don't know what he would do. Obviously, I haven't spoken to him for a little while now. So
see if Andy's got his number.
Yeah, Andy,
World Cup guy. We had literally spoke to him last week.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, you just say
knows
his
everyone
first
in football.
Name. Yeah, sorry. I mean,
we sound a bit formal. He's our mate now, and you're like Andy.
He's not like you said Ronaldo, and you're like, oh, okay, yes. I mean, he's
just as iconic though with his celebrations.
Yeah.
Shocking. People are now going to think he's not really our mate, Will.
No, I just didn't remember. Like, there are so many Andys in the world. I went to Cole.
Andy, apologies on behalf of Will. He's let you down, I know. Disappointing.
Yeah. So anyway, I think Gareth Southgate will stay.
You think he'll stay, or you want him to stay?
I think he'll stay. I don't know, because if you think about the success that he's had, he's the most successful manager since Alf Ramsey, and it's like we're talking about him going because we want an attack-minded coach.
Mm.
And it's sometimes better the devil you know. Is it the grass isn't greener, and all those sort of different sayings. What is good for this country? I think he'll stay, and I don't think I'll be too disappointed. But I think it would be a bit of an opportunity missed to say thank you, genuinely thank you. Give him a knighthood if that's what we need to do. But let's get an attacking-minded coaching to work with these attackers. It's a shame you can't put him as like director of football or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, yeah, like on a selection committee, and he'd head up like the development side. And then who was it that we had someone on a little while ago that said about this? Was it Graham? Wasn't it? It was saying about just have someone doing the coaching, just
Oh
for
yeah,
each tournament. Have someone doing the coaching, selection committee or whatever. Choose a team. Someone just does that. How you playing? This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
It really isn't. And then Southgate can still be involved in that because he's developed a lot of the players that were coming through.
Well, he should be. I think what he should probably do is take up a position in our new government as Secretary of Culture and change the culture within England, because he's done the best job at changing that culture there. I think there's bigger fish for him to fry elsewhere, maybe. But his leadership has been like exceptional. I like, there is nothing. I couldn't think of a bigger word than that. Like, that's how much I think of Southgate. I've like scrambled to the back of my brain to find that dictionary that is there somewhere. That doesn't necessarily get them all out.
No, you did well, mate. Congratulations. You did really well there.
But there's no higher accolade than getting an exceptional from me. It's like a Paul Hollywood handshake, mate.
Do you know what? It's pretty much the same thing these days. Yeah. People will be renowned for that now. They'll be like, oh my God, what was that exceptional about me?
I thought you were just going to say, we all said exceptional. Full stop.
I was thinking about it. So, hypothetically, because you don't know what the future holds, Southgate stays on, World Cup 2026. How do you think we do then? Do we get over the upset from this? Do we make it to the finals? Because obviously World Cup is very different. European teams generally play similarly, whereas like Colombia a few years back, just kicked us all over the pitch.
I think it'll be difficult because it's over in America and Mexico, isn't it? And is it Canada as well? Is it the whole
Canada as well? Yeah,
yeah, I think so. So it'll be difficult because it'll be in a completely different place. But I think we'll still do well. I think we'll have a Harry Kane situation where he'll be 34, 35.
So yeah, something like that. I don't know how it is now. Yeah.
So does he play? Who is there? Is there somebody else at the moment? In the kind of reserves of a team who's going to just do a Michael Richards burst onto the scene, or is it going to kind of be right? Well, we've got Watkins or Tony, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those two, but they're not going to get the numbers that Harry Kane should get.
No, I mean Tony's 28 now, I think.
Yeah.
So he's probably got 1 or 2 tournaments left if he stays competing at that top level.
Yeah.
He'd be looking at a younger striker, and Eddie Nketiah coming through.
Yeah. To be honest, I think we should just dose Jamie Vardy up with Red Bull and get him out of there.
Mate, he'd still do a job, wouldn't he? 20 minutes, have him hyped up on 2 or 3 cans of Red Bull, banging. He'd score as well.
Like, Chachik, get
and he'd start eating paella or something in front of him, just being an absolute shithouse.
Yeah.
So that's what he does. That's what he does best.
Yeah, it's a shame Mope's French, isn't it? No,
God.
it's not. Yeah, I think we could go far, but Argentina just won the Copa America, so congratulations to them. I know they'll be listening, but they'll be without a few of them. By the way, mate, Alvarez, how much has he won?
Honestly, he wins something. I think it works out like every 20-something games he wins a trophy.
Wasn't it Kingsley Coman won everything all of the time?
Won the league every year until this year.
Yeah, but Alvarez has just gone. Yeah, but I mean, doing it in Germany, he's won the with River Plate the leagues there, the cups there, and he's done the treble. He's done the Copa America twice now. He's done the World Cup. And he wants to leave Man City. He's like, let's take my luck elsewhere. Mate, Arsenal should just pay any money for him. Just be like, right, come and tell
It'd
us how
just
to
be
win.
like Gabby Jesus again, though, for me.
He's
He'll
better
be
than-
great in glimpses, and that's
better
it.
than Jesus. He's better than Jesus. He's top quality. I think he'll do really well. Anyway, let's come off that. But yeah, congratulations to Argentina. But they're going to be in a transition now because they've got some of the old guard that will be leaving, namely kind of Messi. Brazil were terrible, but they've got some really good players coming through, similar to kind of an England sort of stage. So it will be really interesting. But I could see us getting to the semis easy.
Do you know what? I hope you're right. I do hope you're right. But I just don't know what's going to happen. I can't see us. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't see us getting to this final, to be fair, and we did.
Well, when you think back to Serbia, Denmark, and Slovakia, and we came away with 4-5 points. You're thinking,
yeah, one win. We've had 1 win in 2 wins in 90 minutes.
yeah.
The whole tournament out of 7 games.
Well, even before that, we didn't beat Iceland, did we?
Mate, Iceland are a top team, though. Come on. They're fantastic. They're ballers.
So, yeah, I think I would worry that Southgate would stay on and it'd do a bit of an Arsene Wenger, where you're a bit like, oh, come on, thumbs up, bro. Go.
Yeah.
But we don't really want to sack
That's really good. That's a really good comparison. Because you know what you're going to get. He's going to do a good job. You're not going to necessarily love it. But he'll do what you need to do. But the expectations have been raised. He's absolutely smashed it from that side of things. And as you said, the culture piece and believing in England and following England again has been great. I think the Lionesses were a big part of that as well, to be fair. But now it's, okay, we're at a crossroads here, aren't we? Where do we go from here?
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to all unfold. It's going to be fascinating. But I think he'll stay. What about you?
I really don't know. I can't say because I just don't know. I could say he'll stay, and then tomorrow he's going to go. I'm fully Micah Richards on the fence here, like he always famously is these days.
Chris,
so yeah, Chris all the way. Get me a pot. Get me a bath of it. I need it.
Yeah, fair play. Fair play, mate. So we've got a few changes up and coming, haven't we, for the new season? Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I think I am. I'm excited. Are you?
Yeah.
We're announcing them here.
I don't know. Are we?
Do we do it? Do we do it now? We'll see how many people have tuned in for this long, then, can't we?
Well, if you want to disappoint yourself, yeah, fine.
Yeah, man. Love to disappoint everyone else. Why not? One more person. No, we won't go yet, but we have got some exciting stuff coming. It's big changes for next season. Better quality side of things, hopefully. Content will be just as good. I know you guys just love our content. Come on. But yeah, I can't bloody wait.
Buzzing for the new season. We might have a couple of specials sort of between now and the Premier League start, which is in a month away.
Oh, really? Have we?
I hope so.
Oh, who have we got?
Well, you've been booking guests, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've been getting ghosted a lot recently. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Our big one's been he's been really busy at the moment.
Yeah.
With scheduled fixtures being moved about all the time and stuff.
Yeah, that's the one that I was referring to. So we might have a. I mean,
oh, okay.
You can't expect Ben to do too much. He's just got himself a new job, and he's pretty much just
busy
done
boy.
Now.
Busy boy, mate.
He's got his daughter's room sorted, which is amazing.
Nearly 90%.
Look cute. Just before we do go, I just wanted to sort of just ask whether you've got any sort of old IKEA boxes lying around that you haven't seen recently.
Yeah, Laura told me this yesterday. Yeah.
What, mate?
I do, as it happens.
Yeah? What happened, bro? It feels like there's a story there. Why don't you tell us?
No, I just messed up. It's nothing. Do you know what? I'm genuinely not even that embarrassed by it. It's just quite funny.
Go on then, tell us the story.
Obviously, when I moved everything, so the cupboards I've got up here, on the wall. I know I saw them, and then I couldn't find them. And I looked, well, what I thought I looked everywhere. They were just sat at the corner of the room, out the way, in the corner by the alcove.
Which room?
So they were slightly hidden. In the front room, where I put everything.
Yeah.
In the front room and the hallway, but I put it all just in that bit, not at the back. So someone moved it, and I'm sure it was Laura, but someone moved it, and I didn't see it. So IKEA sent me a new one. And yes, I've got 2 now. So I have emailed IKEA and said that I've made a mistake, and they said that I can keep it. So
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they thems, we have got Ben admitting for the first time ever that he has made a mistake. Well done, mate. That's great. That's great. Well done for owning up to making a mistake. And fair play.
Progress, development. This is
fair play for emailing IKEA, because I don't know if I would, if I'm being completely honest. I think I'd be like, oh shit.
That's because I'm an honest person, Will. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, one of my values is honesty, but I think, when it comes to IKEA, it's.
I mean, you have just been honest about not being honest. So I don't know whether that cancels it out or not.
So I've told them that I've lost this. They've sent me a replacement. If I then find it, that's not being honest, is it? It's just.
But you need to tell them that.
Yeah, not honest, is it? It's just.
Well, it's deceitful though.
Yeah.
I suppose one of your morals isn't I won't be deceitful. So you're right.
I will be honest.
Yeah, so it's not I won't.
So if somebody catches me being deceitful, I'll be honest about it.
Yeah, there we go. If someone catches you, you're fine.
I'm joking, by the way.
No, you're not.
I am joking.
That's joking. Uh-oh.
I talked you off camera. So
text me.
So yeah, well done, mate. That's great. That therapy's worked.
Thank you very much.
Therapy's worked. I just feel sorry for your therapist who's now got to go through therapy themselves to get through. Like, oh God, I managed to do it, but I don't know how.
I can't believe you've got to go through therapy, Bill.
I know, I have, yeah.
Basically my therapist at this point, so yeah.
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
Well, how come you've never tried it on with me then? I thought you was one of those that tried it on with a therapist, but you never tried it on.
No, that's you. I know you get us confused, but that's still you.
Well done.
Could open a can of worms, couldn't we?
Could.
I don't know. You go down this rabbit hole. Who knows what might come out? So I think we'll end the episode here. Thanks for listening, guys.
Cheers, guys.